It looks like it's going to be another one of those days. In the evening, the diesel heater coming through the window here. Well, it's making a lot of noise, like the fan was speeding up and going up to speed 6 and then slowing down to speed 1 all by itself. It seemed to be behaving erratically. It eventually gave up and sort of packed up, and it's come up with this error E-06. We just sort of switch it on. It goes straight. I've got it on E-06, straight E-06. So let's try and switch it on again. You know, I mean, if I give it a bang, like, you know, just give it a bang here. You know, I just sort of give it a bang like that and see what happens on that. It looks like it's trying to do something a little bit more after the bang. So, you know, it could be the fan. Could be the fan, but you know, obviously the fan is stuck there. So we're going to have a look at that E-06. Well, I've got it apart here. Sort of, you know, sort of twisting the fan inside. I've looked at a few other sort of solutions for it all. They're saying like, could be the fan. You know, I'm sort of like doing this. I just noticed looks a little. I don't know if you know, there's a bit of air there by the diesel by the looks of it, so you know, it could possibly be a little bit of diesel, who knows. Could be a bit of air in the system, a little bit of air might get in the system there on the diesel. So anyhow, the fan's sort of doing that. So just have a go at priming it, pressing the 2 buttons here. Looks like it's pumping it in. Red diesel. Looks like it's pumping it in there, so that's that. Now this is where I got my power coming in. And just switch it out. Give it a start, complete restart, right? Yeah. It's on the battery, see, so I gotta switch it off on the battery as well. Just make sure the power's completely off. Got it on one of these backup batteries where if the 240 volt cuts out, it still stay on this battery here that I've got wired up for that. So I'll wire it back in. Okay, just give the fan another twist round here. And who knows? You know, it seems to be going around freely to me, but I'll have to take it apart and have a look at it. I'll just see if it goes from here, this point. So I'm like H3, straight up with E-06. Okay, so I'm going to have to take it apart further than that and have a look at it a bit more. Fairly lazy these days, having to take it completely apart with all the bolts underneath, but looks like there's one of the little magnets just there. You can see one of the little magnets just in there, so I don't know what that's supposed to have contact. There's another little magnet there, another little magnet there. So I'll have a look at what's going on just under this panel here. I have no idea about this really, no, just going into it, but if those are the little magnets just on this little fan here, there's like a sort of semi-ductor or conductor of some sort here that's like got those two. So the magnets look like they could pass over this section just here. So when I put that on like there, like that, let me see, you know, back on, how it goes back on, like, you know, so it goes back on. You know, see the magnet. I would say that the magnet, you know, at that height there, I would say it goes past that little chip there. There's definitely the magnet goes past that. So, you know, I don't know about the magnets being too far away or too close, but this has been running for ages. I say it's only started to make unusual in and out power fluctuations, like it was sort of like didn't know what it was doing. It's going, setting itself up to power 6, dropping back to power 1. It was all over the place for a bit, making a lot of noise just in and out. Thought I could hear a bit of squeaking inside it, but you know, error 6, you know what error 6 is, so maybe the fan's come away a bit, or it's not close enough or something like that. I try pushing it a bit closer, like, you know, it's unlikely it's the thing, you know, it's probably the fan, I don't know. So I just bolt this in quickly and sort of keep it a bit more closer, try and push it over to the fan a little bit more. Yeah, so it's sort of closer to the fan, really. Let's spin it like that. We'll try and fire it up on that. Okay, we've sort of set that back, like, so I'm going to start it up on this, see how it goes on this, see what we've got on this. Saying H3 at the front here. I'm just going to leave the camera there. It's come up at straight error E6 straight away. So let's try giving it a little nudge on this one. A little nudge. Give it a little nudge and it's started there. See, it's starting up. This probably start up on this, but it definitely got that power there. See that power there? So there's something definitely wrong with this fan. I tried again. Started up. You can select the fan goes this way, but error 6. I try wobbling it about a bit. So what do you reckon? You see what I'm doing there? You've got smoke coming out. It's just going to start up, but obviously going to cut down. I better hold it into smoke because you've got all the smoke coming out now. See the smoke on the left there. So it's trying to start up with the fan, but you can see what I'm doing with the fan. It's going to clang out. It's definitely going to clang out. So I'll just let the fan go. So yeah, it's definitely something to do with the fan. As you can see, all that with the fan there. It's actually starting up at the moment, but they're just messing around with it on there like that. But you know, that's not functioning right there. Yeah. You know, the air cars. There's going to be loads of smoke coming out of it because you know, yeah. You know, there's going to be loads of smoke on this one. There's, I primed it. I thought it might have run out of diesel, and you know, I saw me priming it there. So it was all primed okay. It's definitely the fan. E-06 is definitely the fan, as you can see. That with the magnets and that little sensor there, messing around with that top bit. It's obviously got to be within the right distance of that sensor. But I'm going to have to get this fired up properly and burn it out clear. But you can hear the fan. The fan's fluctuating in and out. I'm just hoping I can get this started before the fan breaks, you know. So I'm turning it up to 6 once it goes. There it goes. We're blasting off to heaven, where it's warm. Like I say, it's so cold here in Brexit, you know. Horrible country to live in. Incidentally, if you're thinking of coming over to this country to live, you're going to find yourself in a shit nightmare. Brexit is a prison these days. But look at that, that's mad. That's insane, man. Look at that, man. It's gone berserk. It's lost it completely because the case is off it, you see, so it doesn't know what it's doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because the sensor and all the heat in the plastic, I'm going to switch it off here. Okay, so I burnt that smoke off there. I just let it, so you run it down like, and that. I might just leave it playing, so you know, you might want to look at this sort of stuff, see how it goes for me. So that was it running. Seemed to like went crazy there, but there's something wrong with this. Obviously, this, and it's doing its cool down mode now. It's sort of backfiring and kicking crazy. So the fan's going now because it can't cool nothing down. See, the fan's broken and it can't cool nothing down. So the fan's broken and it's like, it should be cooling stuff down, you know. See how everything's all getting hot here? Got some smoke coming out of there. Look at the smoke coming out of there. It's not cooling. The smoke coming out there, see the smoke coming out there? Those fumes, those are fumes, or they're melting. Something's gone wrong with it. But you can see the fumes coming out of here. That's going to be going through your pipe. So if these things leak, God, yeah, it looks like it's coming back. Something's going wrong with this. Something's actually blowing up with it. You see that smoke coming out of the air input. So you got your air input coming out there. So the smoke coming in and out now. So I mean, that's scalding hot. That is scalding hot. I just don't know what's happened there. The fan's gone. You know, it's not going to fire up again. But I put this back on. I put this back on at this point, but I'll probably just buy a new one at this point. These things are okay for a short while. They last a short while, but you know, they don't last for. They last about 6 months running them on full steam. Full steam every day for about 6 months, and then they start to play up, and yeah, but yeah, so we know we got problems with the fan. You know, I'm gonna switch. It got error E6 there again. Error E6. I won't even bother. I won't even bother. I turned it over on its side. I'm just gonna rip it apart and have a look inside. It looks like I put the this on quite well, so I'm gonna need to get a screwdriver to do that. I try and get this done as sort of quickly as possible. Yeah, it's like spent a bit of time doing this one. There we go, got that one done. So pulling that off. The air intake. Get the air intake off there. See, little diesel pipe. You know, there's going to be a bit of diesel all over the place. So then pull the diesel pipe off here, like, and try and block it with this straight off. Maybe, hopefully. It's going everywhere. Going everywhere. So, you know, I don't know if that'll stop it. So hopefully get a bit of diesel there, you know. So it's going to be diesel going everywhere. So just quickly unbolt it quickly wherever the bolts are. You know where the bolts. Any idea where the bolts are? Let's have a look. Yep, so I'm doing that. I seem to remember there being more bolts than that. Oh, there they are, just underneath there. I know. Let's flip it back up now. It's sort of on its right way. There he is. Let's pull the plugs out there, you know. Little switch here. As we do that now. And there we go. Is it that way? Pull it up. Let it out. There we go. So get the unit out. Little dust stuff there. For Warrior, it's so still quite hot. That is because the fan cut down on it and it broke it. So when the fan cut down, it was like, oh man. Just check I'm still recording. Yep, still recording. So scalding hot, and it could have, like, you saw the smoke coming out by the glow plug there, but apparently if these don't cool off, you know, they're gone, like. But when they're gone anyhow. You know. So let's have a look at what we got on this. These electrics. What I'll do on this, just pull that off there. Those are the electrics for that. And let's have a look. It's still a bit hot, you see. Yeah, it's still considerably hot. That I need some better gloves, really. Okay, just in case you're considering every detail at this point, yeah. So, and try and yank it out at this point. So they usually come out, you know, usually just come out by themselves. Pull that off at the bottom there, don't forget that. And there it is. There's the fan. That's the fan. There's something's wrong with the fan. Could be the fan. Something's wrong with the fan. Something's wrong with it. Obviously, something's wrong with it. They're the magnets. That's where the power goes. Could be power. Could be power. Could be anything. With the fan, you know. Could be the fan. Could be the fan. Okay, so that's how it looks, you know. Saying the fan, definitely got a problem with the fan there. Now just looking at how these sit, you know, so you got the little magnet there and you got that little sensor, you know, the sensor. There's like a little sensor. I'm saying to myself, you know, as it goes round, you can see it's just about that part there. So I mean, it's on that wheel. I'm saying to myself, you know, what if maybe the sensors, you know, whatever that is, I can't see how the magnets go past that. There's like a little chip there. I'll show you the little chip. So, you know, there's the magnet. Just see my top of my finger there. That's that silver magnet just there. And it goes past this little chip inside this plastic piece there. And there's like a little plastic chip there. I think it's supposed to be with the plastic chip, and I'm saying to myself, maybe that plastic chip is let's see, okay, we got that. There's like the little black plastic chip just on top of my finger there inside this plastic. I'm saying maybe the way it slips on and these magnets go around and pass it there. The magnets there. Could be the motor, it could be something inside the electrics, you know. It might not nothing to do with the magnets. The magnets might all be okay, but as that sits in on this, as that sits in on that, the magnets sort of, you know, maybe is there a possibility that the magnet has, there's a possibility that the magnet has fallen down in it a bit, or if the magnet's worn out. If the magnet's worn out, or so I don't know. That's that bit. But I don't think it's anything to do with the magnets or this chip myself, but let's just try and mess around with this chip a bit in here. I was hoping to bring it out a bit, you know. It's probably really going to mess it up for me here doing this, because it's definitely in this plastic housing, you know. This plastic housing definitely got this chip in it here. It's, you know, I bought that chip out there now. So I bought that chip out just there, so let's see how I bought it out a bit. Oh, can you see that? If you can see that, I hope you can see that, because it's completely wasting my time otherwise. But I bought this chip out there, but, yeah, so I bought the chip out on this one. Okay, so the chip's not in the plastic anymore. The chip's not in the plastic anymore, and it's sort of out. Probably wrecked the circuit, but you know, when they're junk, they're junk. So I'm going to put this back on here and see what happens. How it sort of, how the flow, how that I see. Righto, so that's how it is now. I mean, to be honest with you, the magnet sort of be closer to it. So all I've done is made the magnet go closer to it. This magnet's a bit low on that one, so this magnet's closer and this magnet's a bit low. But you know, it's going to be going past that again. But it's definitely, I've taken that chip closer to the magnet. And this, I'm going to wire this back up, throw it back in and see how it goes. Right, I've wired it back up, you know. At this point, I don't think I need to prime it again. So I'm just going to switch it on. I just see if the fan goes. Obviously, if the fan doesn't go. So I'm just going to see. So it's just sparked up H3 over here. I can see it over here. I know you're looking at it from over there, but you know, take it from me. You can see the digital display. It's gone up to E6 straight away. Okay, so it's E6. It's nothing to do with those magnets there. It's a fan. It's the power to the fan, whatever that is. Okay, so regarding the matter of the fan, I just decided to buy a new heater and put a new heater in. It was the fan that was all gone there, so you know, that fan had broken. There's no fixing it really. They tried the magnets and all that. The fan, there's no power going through it. Could have been a circuit board, could have been a fan, but they're messing around. Once they're broken, they're broken. You know, with little things like that. That was broken. There was no fixing that. So this is a new one. Picked it up the other backup, you know, 95 quid a few months back. They're sort of giving them away now, 90 quid. Actually, I think I paid about 90 quid for this one. So, you know, just put a new one in. Hopefully, you know, don't forget, I've been running 24 hours a day, week after week, month after month. So the fan burnt out eventually. It lasted about 6 months or so like that. So 24 hours a day. Sort of stay in this room here. And it's so cold in Brexit England, you know, there's hardly any summertime here, so it gets really cold in these hovels. So you have to run it like 24 hours a day, week after week, month after month, and it finally went. But this is a new one, so hopefully it'll be as good as the last one. And, you know, it should last a few months, at least get me through to what summertime there is in this Brexit country. So, you know, I just put a new one in. Error E-06.